So, you're at the start line. You know what you want to do. You might even know the path to get there or have a rough idea of what you're going to do next. And maybe you've got a big dream at the end of it. But you're stuck. Why can't you get going? To answer that question, let me first have a little chat about authenticity. Around this time last year, I quit my corporate job with the single goal of trying to find a way to live more authentically. I went completely back to the start line. I got rid of the path that I'd been following and I crossed out all of my goals. Instead, I decided to follow my curiosity, and eventually that led me to this guy, Ali Abdaal, or more specifically, someone in his team. So I was invited to interview for a role in his team as a content manager, which honestly I've got no experience for. But because I was trying to follow my authenticity, then I went to the interview with a little bit of a different plan. I decided to just tell them who I was, tell them what I believed in, and luckily that aligned with what Ali believes in. His mission and his goals were really similar to the ones that I personally had. And so I just decided to tell them that. I got in the interview and I wasn't really able to do what they asked of me, but instead I kind of did my own thing. And inevitably, Becky emailed me back and she said, yeah, we're gonna go with someone else. Hi. Hello. So yeah, they went with someone else because they wanted someone who they could just trust to do the work, and I had no experience and they wouldn't have been able to rely on me, which is completely understandable. However, they then emailed me and said, we really, really like you. They said, you're the best person we've ever met. No, I'm kidding. But they said, we loved that you were confident enough to step outside the box and you were able to show us who you were. And if I put myself in their shoes, if I have somebody who says, hey, this is what your business stands for, and it's so closely aligned to what I stand for, I'd love to be a part of it, and I will try my best and hopefully do well, you'd kind of be crazy not to find a way to involve that person in your team. Now, I've already expressed that I want to authentically express myself. I also really want to lean into things that I find uncomfortable, and I want to learn from experts, like the best in the field. And so by following my curiosity, by expressing my authenticity, I'd ended up in this almost perfect scenario that I couldn't have asked for had I have been looking for it. We had a little chat and they kind of said, okay, let's try it. Let's see if you're any good at ghostwriting. And I'd watched Sally's videos for years. I knew his speech, the way he talked, his style. And I love knowledge management. I love content creation. I love writing. And so all these things kind of packaged up into exactly what they were looking for. And so if my editing skills are good enough, hopefully while I've been talking, you should see a map has formed above me. And this is what we call a life map. And the way these maps work is you can break them down into 3 parts: why, how, and what. Why you do what you do, how you're going to achieve the things you want to achieve, and what you're going to do to achieve them. And as time went on, it progressed, and I started linking in mentoring other people and financial stability and building habits of asking for feedback and improving. So the important thing that you'll be able to see from this process is that you have to know where you are to get where you want to go. And that starts with knowing who you are. And at the start of the life map, that's what this first segment is. It's your why, it's who you are. And by knowing who you are, by being able to express that authenticity, you can then find suitable hows and whats. And I genuinely now believe this is the reason that holds us all back when it comes to chasing our goals. We believe that we have to be somebody else to get started. We believe that the person we are today isn't good enough. And all these issues kind of spiral out of control so that the first step seems like an absolutely massive mountain. But I think there's an alternative way where we can start to chase our dreams by being who we are today. And yes, we'll have to grow along the way. Yes, we'll face challenges, but we're in the perfect position to start today. We just haven't realized it yet. And so in the videos to come, I'm going to use things like this life map to explain exactly how I figured out who I was, and then how I went on to design a life that I absolutely love. It all follows a pretty logical process that I call life design. But for now, if you've made it this far in this video, then let me know down in the comments a dream that you've always had. What's one thing that you'd love to get going with, but you just don't know how to start? For me, one of my dreams was to start this YouTube channel. But to get going, I had to find a way to do this authentically. And that meant dropping all the gimmicks and just grabbing a camera, going to my favourite park and sitting on a bench to just have a little chat with you guys. It meant putting jump cuts all over the shot because I keep losing track of my thoughts and I have to keep checking the script on my phone. It meant using this tiny little mic because I don't really know what to do with my hands, and for some reason this helps. But hopefully that's all worked for you as it has for me. And my plan is to just jump on here when I've got a story to tell, and hopefully it's one that will resonate with you guys. So hopefully this video has actually made it out there. If it has, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you just want to have more of these little chats. So that's all from me today. Thank you for watching the video and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, peace.